I'm Toddleen Dafflin, and thank you for joining us for this Sun TV News Brief. In our headlines today, we will tell you about Tiki Hut moving back to its original location, and we also have a story about a young businessman who recently opened up a gym and smoothie bar in Grays Bay. We'll be right back after this commercial. Welcome back. After 13 years serving thousands of customers at its Turtle Cove location, the popular restaurant Tiki Hut is moving back to where it all started, just a few yards away near the Turtle Cove Inn. It was way back in 1992 when Doug and Stephanie Camozzi first started Tiki Hut in the Turtle Cove Marina near what is now the Culture Department. In 2002, they moved to the larger waterfront spot, which is owned by Provident Limited. Sun TV was informed that Mango Reef Restaurant, which is located in the Alexandra Resort, will soon be moving to Tiki Hut's current location. We understand that British Caribbean Bank, which has taken over the Alexandra Hotel, which was once owned by Minister of Finance Washington Mizik, will be operating what is now Mango Reef. British Caribbean Bank, which is owned by English billionaire Lord Ashcroft, also manages the Beach House restaurants in the Bight, alongside with Fire and Ice restaurant, which is located in the Blue Haven Resort, and Salt restaurant, which is in the Leeward Marina. When Sun TV caught up with Doug and Stephanie Camozzi, here's what they had to say about the move.
With the times of the islands, the expansion and the growth of the islands, this was a great opportunity to make a bigger Tiki Hut. And now we have the opportunity to go back where it all began at the Turtle Cove Inn and kind of bring it back home and make it a little bit more cozy. And Doug's going to take it away.
Yeah, back where it all began. That's the marketing campaign from Turtle Cove Inn, from the original days of the Banana Boat days, our first restaurant when we first arrived here. So Tiki Hut has a lot of history. There's 23 years of business between the two places, 2 generations of staff. We have daughters and sons of employees that were first with us who are currently with us. It's a piece of Provo that's been a part of Provo since the first 13 original business licenses, and Tiki Hut is still one of those original 13, and I believe now, if my calculations are correct, there's 139 food service licenses on Provo. It could be more, it could be less, but a lot's happened since 1992. So it's very exciting for us to have that much longevity in food service and restaurants in Providenciales and Turks and Caicos. Because as we all know, it's a very, very difficult business. It's a changing business. It's a business where you have to keep up with trends. You have to keep up with demands of your tourist market. And I think we together have done an amazing job through the years with exactly that. So we're both very excited to take it to the next level and to the next generation.
Here's what Mr. Camozzi had to say about what was responsible for the success of Tiki Hut over the years.
I would say a tremendous amount of hard work and devotion to the restaurants, and devotion by the staff. You know, it's not just her commitment and my commitment to the continuation of the business. It's the people behind the scenes. It's the chefs, it's the runners, the bussers, the servers, the management team throughout the years. You know, there's been a couple different sets of managers who are now have their own businesses. And Stephanie and I have always felt as educators, where we're teachers, where we take our students, we educate them, we train them, and then we send them out into the market for them to become better citizens and entrepreneurs on their own. And it's been very successful for us throughout the 23 years. Consistency, food consistency, chicken and rib night, it's a staple. I mean, I don't think there's one person that you can talk to in Turks and Caicos that doesn't know what chicken and rib night is. So it's just, it's repetitiveness. It's doing things the same way for the same 23 years, and I think that through that you get a recipe of success.
Stephanie Camozzi also gave us her take on why they were able to do so well, and also shared some of the rich history of the Tiki Hut.
When we first came to Providenciales, it started out more like, wouldn't it be fun to have a restaurant in the islands and a restaurant in the mountains? And there were not that many restaurants for the residents to choose from at that time, and so we were kind of had a menu that we were all things to all people, where you could get a great steak, where you used to have a campaign, it was like, where's the beef? And we actually brought hand-delivered beef from Colorado for a certain period of time. You can get a pizza or all things conch, or a salad or pasta. And over the years we have tried to maintain the consistency and of our product. Most of our menu is homemade. All of our desserts are made in-house, and since we appeal to the tourist, the open air feel is we've kept Tiki Hut as a casual island atmosphere, and we feel that's attractive to the tourist. But also we've maintained the resident and local business, again, by the consistency. And everyone has their favorite. It might be the chicken rancho sandwich can't go off the menu. We tried to take that off before, and it can't go away. And then everyone has their favorite. And again, chicken and ribs is quality, consistency, good value. We when more restaurants came in that were higher end, we made a decision to keep Tiki Hut as middle of the road, value-wise, but consistent, good value, and maintain that over 23 years. That's why we're still here today.
Last Saturday was the final day of operation for Tiki Hut in the old location. They celebrated with a moving party where the chairs were moved to the new location, which will open on Wednesday, May 6th, followed by a huge party on Friday, May 8th. Mr. Camozzi gave us an insight into some of the features of the new location.
It's multi-tiered, there's different levels on the decks. It's going to have more of a loungy, cozier, intimate feel. The lower deck is going to be more couches, high-top tables, vintage lights, real casual lounge feeling. Then the upper decks, you'll have a beer garden with the picnic tables that were from here. Adjacent to that, you'll have a dining area with 4 tops, 2 tops, 6 tops, and a blend of high tops. And then in the main A-frame dining room, you'll have 4-top seating.
The famous U-shaped bar.
The famous U-shaped bar continues. That's kind of been a staple for this restaurant, is bar patrons looking at each other versus looking at the bartender. They look across the bar at each other. We've had 18 to 22 stools, chairs, actually low chairs instead of high-top bar chairs, which makes it more of a conversation type area. That exact bar was molded from the original location to this current location, and it's the same bar that we're using at the original location. It's funny, as we're stripping paint over there, we're finding our paint that was on the bar from 1992. I mean, it's like we're stripping back layers of an onion in history. So our original colors are on the bar still, but it's just going to be more quaint. It's going to have a real neighborhood feel to it. You know, Grace Bay is what it is, with more of a tourist-driven market, very nice higher-end restaurants. Turtle Cove to me has always been a kind of the heart and soul of the island, where it has more of a neighborhood feel. Like Cheers, the slogan was where they always know your name. You go where they know your name, or something where they always know your name. You know, the bartender knows you. And for one point, we had 18 stools at that original location, and the same 18 people had their names on the stools. We've gone through a cycle, and some of those people are no longer here, but their stories are still with us. So it all started over there, and it continues on.
In other news, a young businessman has opened up a new gym and smoothie bar in the popular Grace Bay area. We hear more in this report from Brandy Laporte.
Less than a month ago, young businessman Josh Williams opened up a small gym and smoothie bar in Grace Bay and has received some great response in a very short period. Okeanos, which is located in the Regent Village, offers fitness and personal training in the back and all-natural smoothies and juices in the front section. Williams told Sun TV why he has decided to get into the business.
It's trying to combine a fit life and a healthy life. So putting together fitness and eating, which basically gives you overall fitness. So working out is part of it, but diet is another part of it. And when you combine the two, you have fitness. And that's what we're trying to do. So for the past about 10 years, I've been playing hockey in the U.S. And through that, I've done a lot of training for the sports specific. And I also had a lot of injuries. So that sparked my interest in athlete injury and prevention, rehabilitation, and fitness. So I studied, like I said, athlete injury and prevention, and I did a course in yoga. I worked as a fitness and high performance coach for Julius King at All Fitness in Philadelphia. And yeah, and that's where I got my core training. Yeah, since I opened, the gym has done really good. And the smoothie bar, which I opened on Saturday of last week, has done really good also. We haven't had a grand opening yet, so yeah, there is one coming up.
I'm Brandy Laporte reporting for Sun TV outside of Okeanos in Regent Village.
Thank you, Brandy. Well, thank you for watching this Sun TV News Bulletin. Until next time, I'm Toddleen Jafferlin.